The starting point for the room and what inspired me is that, well, in a library, you are telling a story, and either by the art or in the books and what you do inside of it. So all the things that I put in here are, have history and can kind of take you to another space. And I just envision a lot of creativity and comfort being in this space. My name is Roland, and I am with Fireside Antiques, and I have my own interior design firm, Roland Interiors, and I have done the library. So my favorite place in the room is probably the gallery wall. Anne Connolly and I worked together. I had a lot of antique frames, and she had some modern art, and we kind of mixed and matched and created this beautiful wall of art that just tells a story and goes together and is just a very comfortable kind of surrealist setting. I just collect frames that inspire me, and sometimes I buy the frame and it already has the piece of art in it that kind of works perfect. And then other times, a frame can be too distracting for the art that's inside of it. So it really is kind of a balance of the art and the frame working together instead of against each other. There is a built-in in our room, and I decided that it should be used as a bar setting. Instead of having cabinet doors, we decided to put a cafe curtain across the bottom, and the kind of reddish tones of the marble go well with the wallpaper that we selected. The room is upstairs, and so and it doesn't have a sink or water at the bar, so I kind of wanted to have snacks and drinks that you could serve neat, like a digestif or aperitif, and that you would just kind of come to this room and have kind of all the things you needed. So my mom and my grandmother started Fireside Antiques in the 1980s, and I'm one of 6 kids, and we always grew up with antiques around us, and I've always been interested in interior design. So when I graduated college with an interior design degree, my mom was like, "Hey, come work for me for a couple of years and just see if you like it." And I had just gotten out of college and didn't really think about going to work for my mom, but knew that I wanted to do interior design. And it's been 13 years since I've been there, and I love antiques. I love thinking about when I first started and the antiques that I liked or didn't like, and now, a decade later, refining my style and appreciating things that maybe I hadn't known about, or, just kind of honing in what antiques we like to carry in our shop. So I really like antiques that are made of solid wood. I love the craftsmanship that antiques have. Whether it is, a solid table that has a 1 board thick top, 1 board wide, and things that couldn't happen today if you wanted to have a piece of furniture made. So some of the brands that bring our room together are first Fireside Antiques, because a lot of my inspiration comes from the inventory we buy in Europe. J&D Oriental is a rug company in New York I love to work with, and the rug in the center of our room is from them. Zach and Fox is a company I also love to use their fabrics. All the drapes in the room and some of the pillows are by them. Sister Parish Wallpaper is in our bar. I chose the Farrow Ball Lichen because it is neutral, but also has color, and it's a little dusty like a library should be. I use it all the time, and it's certainly one of my favorite colors that Farrow Ball has. What's really wonderful about antiques is that they can kind of find you. You can have an idea of what you want in your room or on a particular wall, and you want an antique, and you think you know about the size and what you want it to kind of look like. But once you start hunting and searching for antiques, sometimes you're kind of surprised by a piece that you probably never would have selected, but it just kind of speaks to you and works. So I love that about antiques, and I love that antiques are just whimsical and inviting, and certainly mix well with new. Most interiors that I design, I love to use a Becky visitor pillow because they also tell a story. They are antique that Becky reuses and makes like a piece of art. The tapestry fragment is most likely from the 1600s or earlier. It is used with really thick knotted wool, and it has beautiful colors, and it is a beautiful scene with a dog. And I purchased it like it is with the velvet frame around it. What I love about it is its size. Most tapestries are maybe a little too large for someone to use in their house, but it's the perfect centerpiece for our library. So I've toured the show house, and I am so inspired by all these interior designers that I have the pleasure of working with. What's cool about also owning Fireside Antiques is that a lot of these designers have used our antiques, and some of them are longtime clients of ours and some are new, and I just support them, and I'm just so honored to be a part of a design that I can do with them, because I do supply a lot of their projects with furniture, but it's so lovely to meet them in person and learn from them. I'm so thrilled with how everything's turned out, and I'm happy to be a part of this show house in particular.